All right, we're back. Again, if you guys, I'm just gonna say my name, Tony. What we got next?
Eli.
Eli's back.
And this is Osiel. We're here with
back.
you guys.
So the three of us are back. That's a good thing. But we got a special guest, a good friend of ours. We got Dorian next to us here.
What up?
Hey, Dorian. Actually, I know we mentioned our first podcast and no one's heard unreleased footage. He was actually, surprisingly enough, he was actually our first guest.
He's a witness.
Yeah, he was there. All right, Dorian, just testify. Were you there? Did we do it?
I'm a day one homie.
Exactly.
Day one.
And he's back. That's why he's back, because we liked it that first one. Y'all never know.
I was gonna ask why it's special guest, but Dorian, you are special.
Special.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're coming back.
My mom thinks so.
Only guest that has come back for the second time.
The only one.
The first
We've had two
reoccurring
guests.
Oh my god.
But the first one that came back. That's all right.
Shout out Dorian. He's loyal.
Yeah.
Hey.
Dorian, we have a lot to talk to you about. A lot of stuff that you're I'd like an expertise on. For example, we know you're a beer fanatic, connoisseur. You like beer, just to put in simple words.
I agree.
You like to never mind. You like video games?
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, there's being a fanatic and liking something. There's a difference there.
No, he's a fanatic. I know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay then. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
He likes video games. He likes a lot of hype stuff.
He's a hype beast.
He's a hype beast.
He collects a
Definition of a hype beast.
I'm kind of everywhere.
He has a lot of because of being a hype beast, he has a lot of nice shoes that we got to talk about. Some shoes. He's actually one of the guys that made me want to get into that shoe game. So it's not
he
there
inspired
yet.
you?
Yeah, he inspired me. But I will beat you.
He's also go ahead, Dorian.
I think that's the first time anybody's told me they're inspired by me.
Dude.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say he's also a bum that lives by
you
himself.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding.
I leave my house once a week.
Yeah. But before we get into it, I wanted to share you guys with this news article that I found. Have you guys ever mistaken a Taco Bell drive? Oh, no. A bank, a drive-through bank for a Taco Bell drive-through?
Never
done that? Can't say I haven't either. But I was reading this article. It's on ABC. It's actually from 2 years ago, but for some reason I just barely found it. So apparently this dude from Florida, Spring Hill, Florida, Tampa area, so was arrested on a Wednesday afternoon, probably like after church or something. He got a DUI because he reportedly mistook a bank drive-through for Taco Bell. So according to the sheriff's office, the manager of the bank, which was the Bank of America, so called to report that the driver was found unconscious behind the wheel. And when he woke up, he's like, "Oh, this isn't." He's like, "I was waiting for my burrito." He was waiting for his burrito, and he just fell asleep.
Oh, he fell asleep?
So the next morning, that's
What time did this happen?
It was a Wednesday afternoon, so I'm sure they found him Thursday morning, and then they got a DUI for it.
Can I get 2 chicken chalupas?
Yeah, he kind of just like.
Let me get that crunch wrap.
He was either really hungry or he had a lot of debt.
One of the two, man. But I thought I'd share that with you guys. I just thought that was hilarious.
That was beautiful.
Always Florida. Why does that always be Florida? You always hear those crazy.
It's actually because Florida has a law where they can report on anything. Like here, they usually don't release like that much stuff. But like police reports are more public.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow, that's why. So crazy stuff happened everywhere. You just can't report it. Oh wow, that makes sense. Well, either way, Florida's crazy. But so let's go back to Dorian. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I thought that was hilarious. I'm gonna do that quite often. I follow this website where it gives me all those crazy news stories. We gotta change something up real quick. We got something on the background.
I didn't expect ads.
That's okay. Yeah.
Can't afford.
We ain't gonna give no ads unless they're paying us.
If you're a true fan, you know that this is the first time we're having background music. So we just want to try something different so you can enjoy the podcast even more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so
Gotta keep it copyright free, you know?
copyright free.
So this is
we
all
got money to pay anyone.
This is all live, off the cuff.
Off
so
the cuff
we don't plan anything. So
Expect
everything you
mistakes.
get, you know, it's coming from the heart.
It's raw. No, yeah, but let's talk a little bit about what do we start with? Let's start with what's up?
How do you get into collecting shoes?
Shoes, yeah.
That was actually because of my brother. When I was growing up in high school, I never cared for my shoes. Like, I had a pair that I really liked, but I never particularly took care of them. Mm-hmm. But then I moved out here, and my brother was really into shoes, and he kind of got me looking at different styles, and then from there I just kind of took off.
Shout out to your brother. He had a nice shoe collection.
Shout out to Adrian.
Yeah.
Because when I lived with him, I had maybe like 6 pairs of shoes, and they're kind of basic. And when he left, within a year, I went up to, I think it was like 11 pairs.
Ooh.
Maybe more.
So
What are you at now?
What are you at now?
Like,
have you counted them?
at least 22.
Ooh.
22, and you wear them all?
Yeah,
What?
Wow.
Which is
Wait, so who has a better shoe collection now? You or Adrian?
me.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I kind of went crazy.
So what is your
good.
your latest cop?
My latest comp is actually the Air Jordan 4 Oreo from 2015. I got them for a steal online. It's pretty cool.
Well,
Those are pretty nice.
what's the most that you have spent on a pair of shoes?
The most was my cream Yeezys for now. It was $240.
Okay, not
So
too
I
bad.
had to, which isn't terrible.
I mean, I've never paid more than 100, I think.
Yeah,
so
me either.
for me, that's a lot.
See, I used to say I'll never spend more than 150,
Well,
and now I'm like, I probably won't spend
Like,
300.
no.
maybe.
Just raising it every year.
Every year, dude, it goes up. It sucks.
next
But
5 years, 5,000, no more than that.
It seems a lot to us because we're not into shoes, but
Well, I am.
I'll spend a bunch of money on Hot Wheels,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be like
It's-
crazy
yeah,
to you
exactly.
guys, you know. So we don't think about how much we spend on something we actually like.
It's a hobby at the end. Like, that's what a lot of people give me flack for it, but I'm like,
Exactly.
it's a hobby. I
But
enjoy
you
doing
like,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's different with shoes, because shoes you actually wear, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
but
I'm not talking about.
Hey,
I'm not saying about Hot Wheels. I'm not.
hey, Hot Wheels are cool.
Like, it's a hobby's a hobby.
We all have a collection.
No,
of,
yeah,
no,
of
that's not
some
what I'm
kind.
saying.
You know, people
And-
collect beer bottles,
Oh, yeah.
wine
Which-
bottles,
yeah.
tequila
Yeah,
bottles.
yeah.
you
It's
know?
exactly like that. Like, I also pour a bunch of money into Pokemon cards too,
Oh.
which, I mean, I have a couple that are worth quite a bit, you know.
Can we have
mean-
numbers? No numbers out there?
Well, I have one that's worth $250.
Oh, that's not bad. Hey, you can
That's
sell it and
pretty
get
good.
more
Hey,
Yeezys.
Hey, what did you pay
I paid
for it?
$4 for it.
Oh, that's a wow.
Man, that's
Hey,
good.
that's a deal.
That's
I
a
can
good
show
deal.
you guys. It's really cool.
Huh. So, Oreo 4s, you said, right?
Yeah.
Oreo 4s. So, I'm going to give you I was looking on Complex. Last podcast we were talking about a decade ago, you know, how life is different now. But I was looking at at shoes this last decade, top 10 shoes. All right? I'm going to list them off to you and see if you agree with it. Okay?
Okay.
Last decade, so 2010 to 2019. I don't think they've counted 2020 yet.
Okay.
So 10, the Air Jordan 11 Concords. What you think?
It's a little.
You have one of those.
Yeah,
no?
I have 2 pairs. I have the
2 pairs of Concords?
no, the Concords. Oh, okay, Concords. I thought it was just the silhouette in general.
No, just Concords.
Yeah, I'd agree with that top 10. My main problem with it is the ice yellowing, but
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep bringing them off and then let me know.
Okay.
See what you agree and disagree with. Number 9, the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 Turtle Dove.
nah, the Turtle Dove should be higher. It's a V1. Like, come on
They're
now.
pretty nice.
Ooh, I know you love this one. The Sean Wotherspoon Nike Air Max 97.
Top three.
Top
Okay.
3.
So that's number 8.
I need that in my life, but it's like $2,000.
Number 8. Number 7 is this was actually recent. Well, a year ago. Travis Scott Air Jordan 1. Bro,
I like the jersey.
Dude, I want to get those,
Travis
man.
Scott ones. Yeah.
Dude, what are they going for? Like $900 right now, or $1,000?
Around there. 900
Those
to
are
1,000.
sick. Number 6, Off-White Air Jordan 1, the Chicago's.
Yeah, I mean, they took a classic silhouette and classic colorway and redid
A lot of them
everything about it.
Are pretty recent, to be honest. Other than the Concords.
A lot of people forget about the first couple because they were just re-releases of stuff. There hasn't been very much new at the beginning of the decade.
Yeah. All right, number 5, LeBron 8, the South Beach ones.
I am not that much big of a fan of the old LeBrons.
I didn't like LeBron's shoes till
the 10s were pretty
ones.
dope. But
Colorways
really
are cool.
like the 8s, yeah.
I mean, those are pretty cool colors. The South Beach, Miami vibes.
Anything he does South Beach is really cool.
All right, number 4. Oh, those are sick. The Nike Air Foamposite ones, the Galaxies.
The Galaxy.
How much do they go for? I haven't really seen
those
them.
things are insane.
Yeah. How much do they go for right
I
now?
love those. I'm not entirely sure. Let me look it up real quick.
Galaxy. No sneaker better defines the early 2010s.
So
I need a foam posit.
Are those considered retros?
Foam posits, yeah. They originally were worn by
Penny Hardaway.
yeah, Penny Hardaway.
Oh, they're basketball shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even look like basketball shoes.
They really don't. They're a little out there for basketball shoes, but I really like them.
I have never ever seen these shoes.
Oh, you want to see them?
And I
Here's
personally
the-
think they're pretty ugly, but
The
you
number
know.
4, the Foamposites.
See, right now,
What you think? You like them?
Yeah.
They're cool, huh?
lowest ask right now in the size 14 on the Nike Air Foamposite Galaxy is at 1600.
So for those of you who don't know, Dorian is a size 14. So Dorian, does that help, or is that
It's worse.
it's worse? Is it harder to find them?
A lot of stores don't carry very many 14s, so it's really hard to get them, and especially they don't make as much. So when you try to buy them, they're usually like big pairs are the first ones to sell out.
Are they-
Occasionally, depending on the shoe, resale will be lower, but in my experience, it's been higher.
Because of that, will they be more expensive?
Yeah,
Special order?
Well, not retail price.
actually, looking at it here, it's one of the cheaper ones. Right now, I'm looking at StockX right now. Size 9 is going for $5,000.
though, of the Foamposite.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but last sale on it was $1,400, so it wasn't.
Well, those Foamposites are going to be relatively cheap compared to these next ones. So number 3 on the list, Nike Mags, which
I don't know if you could really call the Air Mags out there because the Air Mags are from Back to the Future too. Like they're an older shoe.
well,
Of course,
the number of people that actually have these kind of shoes, like
yeah. Well, I mean, they're a dope shoe, and they're collector's pieces.
That's what I was gonna say. It looks more like a collector's.
Yeah, I mean, they're really cool. I mean, especially because they reintroduced them with the actual self-lacing.
wait, wasn't there someone who wore them in the game?
Probably PJ Tucker.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
so.
was gonna
I have to let me
How
check
much
that.
were
I-
they?
those
Yeah,
would
he
be
did wear
surprised.
those.
He did. Huh?
Yeah.
They actually originally they released them at an auction for the Michael J. Fox Foundation, and they sold for like $10,000.
Well,
What's the
I
most
think-
expensive shoe you know of right now,
That I know of.
or that you can think of?
That I can think of, it's probably like the Air Yeezys. The Nike Air Yeezys are crazy.
Wait, what?
we're getting to that. Hold up, we're getting to that.
Oh, my
Okay, yeah, those
goodness.
are probably pretty close to the top
Yeah,
of the
we're
list.
getting there. So number 2 on the list, Adidas Yeezy Boost 750s. Those are
I'd put the 350s over the 750s.
yeah, just because
I like the 750s, but I mean they're not. The 350s changed the market.
exactly. Those are way better.
Like, when those came out, good luck getting them.
They look good.
Well, and I think
Which-
that's why they're there because they're so limited.
That is true. The 750s, like
Yeah.
they've only released a handful of times.
Yeah. Now number 1, that's the ones he was talking about. It was a Nike
Is it
Air
the Red Octobers?
Red Octobers, yeah, Air Yeezy 2, which because that's where Kanye started in Nike. He
Yeah.
switched
Really?
over to
Dude.
He switched
See,
over
look,
to Adidas.
last sale on the Red October Air Yeezy 2 is in a size 12.
How much are they?
was,
Like $10,000, huh?
7,500 was
These,
last sale on them.
Yeah,
The
Red Octobers. PJ
And is it
Tucker wore
because-
those in game too.
is
PJ
it because
Tucker's crazy.
they're like really rare? Because
They
they're Nike.
they shock dropped them and like just randomly they're just like, hey, look, these are live. And shortly after he did like I think it was 3 or 4 colorways, he left at Nike, and that's when he went to Adidas.
So he wasn't with Nike very long.
No. Plus, I mean, they're really out there shoes. They're really fashionable, really cool. Like they're really desirable, and how they dropped them made it even more.
What about the ones that Eminem had? with Jordan.
The Carhartt, dude, those
Carhartt
are
ones,
crazy.
those are pretty expensive
the
too, no?
Eminem Carhartt
20, no, that
4s.
one's like 25 grand.
Yeah, those are insane.
And because those are super rare, no? Like it was
Yeah,
only
those are really, really
25,000. Yeah.
they're pretty nice.
I'll show you those two. I'll pull it up right now.
Man.
And those I think are something that you would like more people would wear, I think, because they're not like something too crazy.
My thing with it is it's a black 4, you know?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
Yeah,
anything- it's
essentially
not anything
it
crazy.
is.
It's
Well,
pretty
isn't it
much
denim?
like
Isn't it like denim?
I think it is. See, that's the shoe right there.
He has 2 shoes, no Eminem?
Yeah, he has two.
See,
But these are
and,
these are nice.
last sale on them. It doesn't
I
tell me
like
the
them.
size, but 13 grand.
13 grand, man.
13 grand.
No, I remember.
And
when
those
he-
Jimmy Butler wore those in the game too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have money to blow.
Yeah, but
Dreams.
Yeah, I think I was watching the episode on what is it called? The one where they go on and buy shoes.
Sneaker shopping on Complex.
Sneaker shopping on Complex, yeah. And I think he was Eminem was on it, and one of his shoes, how they were saying there. I think it was I wasn't shopping in Detroit, but it was 25,000. But apparently he doesn't get money for that. I think he donates it to a charity or something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't surprise
in
me.
Detroit. So shout out Eminem for that. Yeah. So now give your top 5. You heard top 5 that internet says, or top 10. How about that? Make it easier.
Top 10's hard.
that's hard.
Harder than
top.
harder than
top
top
three.
5.
I can't think that far back. I only started paying
All right,
attention
top five,
to shoes
top
like
five.
3 years ago.
Are
Top
the
5.
Top 5.
are the Nike Shocks gonna be in your top 5?
Go.
Cortez.
No, number 1, Crocs.
Hey. Never owned a pair,
the
but
Post Malone Crocs.
I would like to.
Top 5. Let's see. If I'm just going silhouettes, like
Take your time, take your
what
time.
I like, I'd go in no particular order. I'd obviously go 350.
Okay.
I do the Jordan 1s.
4.
Yeah, I'd put a 4. 4 would be closer to the bottom.
No,
of the
I'm
list.
saying
Oh,
Jordan 1
okay.
for a 4.
Oh,
4 spot.
no order.
Oh, no order.
I can't give an order.
Oh, you can't
dude.
give an order?
That's
Alright.
it's difficult. If we're going by like, shoot, that's you gave me a hard one, dude.
I know. It's a good one.
Because I like 1s, 350s, 4s. I want 3s pretty bad. I'm talking Air Jordans in
Well,
case
you don't have any
I'm just
3s?
listing off numbers at this point. Like
You got to be more specific for
You don't
us.
have any-
yeah,
You don't have any 3s?
it's no, I don't. I only
Huh.
have I have 2 pairs of 1s, 2 pairs of 4s, and 2 pairs of
11s.
11s. I'm talking Air Jordan, and if you look up Air Jordan plus the number, that's where it's just the sequence in which they came out.
Which those are like referred to as retros, no?
Yes.
So when do they stop becoming retros? Like after what number?
Okay, when they call them retros, it's usually shoes Jordan wore in like when he was playing, and when they say so, like they'll say retro 1, which is like say a Shadow. The Shadow would be considered retro because it came out during that time, or like the Bread ones, the what are they? The White Cement or Free Throw 3s, the Concord 11s, or the Space Jam 11s. But when I think the last shoes he wore were the 14s. But usually it goes by colorway too. Like Tony here has the Turbo Greens, which technically they're considered a retro because of the model, which is an Air Jordan 1. They're not considered a retro off the colorway because it's a brand new colorway.
So the ones that I have, are they retros? All white?
They're just GR.
Wow, what does that mean?
General release.
That's sad.
It's just general
Wait,
release
full
is
white,
bad.
all white is general release?
Yes.
So he never
Oh,
wore
I
all
didn't
white?
know that.
Huh?
I thought.
Well, I mean, like it's general releases and it's still a retro silhouette,
Right.
but the colorway is just, it's just all white. It's
Oh,
general
it's
release.
just they don't call it
it's
triple white.
It's a big release. It's nothing special.
Oh, okay.
But
But it's still a retro because it's a
yes,
Jordan 1.
it's the silhouette.
Well,
still
I only
called
wear them to
retro.
play basketball, so.
I know.
Yeah, don't wear them without anything else.
I don't have that kind of.
No, but I think his are good to play basketball because they're just all. I mean, I guess you could. I feel like all white shoes like that are kind of hard to pull up. Well,
Unless they're
No,
Vans.
you just gotta dress them right. I've worn crazier stuff. You've seen my
Yeah,
Nike
for sure.
up tempos.
yeah, well, yeah. All right, so you were at 4. 4 was Air Jordan 1. So, okay, let's go back. 5 is Yeezys, the 350s. Number 4 is Jordan 1.
There's no order here.
Oh, okay, yeah, no order. Just
What's
give me those two.
your favorite pair of shoes that you own?
Why not finish your list first and then answer that? How about that?
Dude, I can't finish my list.
Finish your list.
I can't think of more. Well, I mean, obviously the Air 97, that one would be specific.
You have
the
some of
water
those?
spoon. No, I need them.
Oh, the water
I
spoons?
want
Oh,
the
those are
water
sick.
spoons, but they're selling for like $2,000.
Okay, so that's 3.
Oh, man,
Dude, that's what I'm telling. It's worth it to like just buy a bunch.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
resell
if you were to get them, originally they sold for $160.
yeah.
So if you get them for $160, flip it for $2,000, like you're set. I can't.
For like
I
a
can't.
month.
I was put on the spot, so I don't know. Come in.
Hey, bless.
Oh, and
Surprise
probably
guest?
2 guests.
Surprise guys?
Surprise guest?
I was actually,
Give him a mic.
I was actually gonna ask you that because
It's about you, Dorian.
like, I
Screw Bless.
collect miniature cars, and every month, like all the different brands that create these cars, they release special pieces. If you get them on the market, at the retail stores, you'll pay $1, $5 for them, and you can resell them for 20, 50, even 100, 150 bucks. So does that happen with tennis shoes too?
See, it can, but it's a really it's a difficult market where not every shoe is going to resell. It's really like you have to be watching out for what it is, and you have to keep an eye on what the prices are before it actually drops, after it drops. Even then, like say the Shadow ones that I have, they're just black and gray. When those came out, they were selling for like $10 over normal price. They were selling for like $170. Now 2 years later, you're looking at about $220 maybe. But there are some shoes where people have been waiting for them. People expect them to go up in price, and they just never do.
Well, see, I have. Which ones were the ones that they're 6s? Remember the ones that I bought? They have like a red accent to it. I have to look them up. Yeah, they're 5s.
I think the ones you have are 5.
You have a pair of 8 and 5s, no?
Oh, 8s. The 8s.
Yeah, they were the Bugs Bunny 8s.
No, they're red. They have red. Let me see.
I didn't know there was a Space Jam 1s.
Huh? No, Space Jam 11s.
No, but isn't there some that are 1s too?
Let me see.
Isn't there Space Jam 1s? They're like white with like a little Bugs Bunny in the back.
Oh, you're thinking the Hair ones.
Oh, okay.
Hair Jordan. HARE.
Oh, so it is Bugs Bunny, right?
It is, yeah.
What about those shoes that you guys showed me one time? The PlayStation ones?
Oh, the
Guess they're
Paul
called-
George.
Oh, the PlayStation Paul
Did they
George.
release them? Do they like make them every year? Or
No,
or-
there's 3.
Yeah, I think there was.
No, there's
well,
4.
There was the original black pair,
Uh-huh.
and then they did the gray pair. They did.
The blue one.
They did a blue pair.
I think there's a white too. No?
I want to say there's a white one, but I'm not.
Those are
for
actually
sure,
pretty
for
cool.
sure.
Those are pretty nice.
I really like the.
I would have
pair.
bought them for sure.
If I could have
If I
gotten them
would've
for
known
the retail, I
When
would have.
they-
Oh.
yeah,
See,
Oh, sorry, go
Those
ahead.
are the hair ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are nice.
Instead of a Jumpman, they have Bugs Bunny doing the same.
they're
thing
nice.
on the tongue.
So the ones I got was the alternate, the 8s. Retro.
Yeah, those
the
are
alternate.
those are the Bugs Bunny 8s.
Oh, that's what they're called?
They're they're called alternate, but a lot of people call them Bugs Bunny.
Oh, wow. So
I'm pretty sure. Let me look that up just to be sure.
I think they retailed about, what is it? Like 120?
Around, around there.
And to be honest, I bought them to resell them. They're like at 220 now. Yeah. Like you could resell them at 220, but I'm just going to, they don't even fit me right, but I'm just going to keep it for my,
And they came out a couple years ago too.
I'm just going to keep it for my collection.
I think those dropped back in 2016.
Yeah.
Is
All
that-
right.
So, what is your favorite pair?
Huh?
Dorian's favorite pair.
I'd probably say my pine green ones.
Wow, that was
Really?
Not what I expected.
This one's
I thought those brown ones over
No,
there for
they're-
sure.
They're over there.
Your meeting shoes,
My
no?
dress- my dress
Your dress
shoes?
shoes.
I actually love those dress shoes.
Yeah, those are the shoes he
Yeah,
saves
those,
lives
those
with.
are pretty nice.
It's between my pine green ones and the Bread 11s.
The bread
I'd
11s,
say,
is that
yeah.
those?
Oh, those are sick.
The red
Yeah,
ones?
the
With
black and red
ones?
ones. Yeah.
how much have you spent on these shoes right here? About
I prefer not to talk
16
about
pair of
If you'd have
shoes?
to
He
give it a
prefers not
number.
to
Okay.
think about it.
it. A couple of those shoes I did get for like $50. That Ross. Shout out Ross.
Hey, they have
Yeah.
some really good deals sometimes.
You actually find
If-
some pretty cool stuff.
You have to have
sometimes.
patience though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's not every time.
Hey, if you could get those that were, what were we talking about? That were worth like 10,000, and you bought say
Waterspoons?
you say you
the
bought them
Carhartts?
for no, the ones he just said, the Waterspoon.
Waterspoons?
If you could get those for retail price, would you resell them for that?
No.
What they go for?
Yeah, heck no.
No,
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't. Not the Waterspoons. Those
Those are
things are
sick.
like those are really close to my heart. I really want a pair.
Okay,
They're
what
like my
about those
all-time
red-
grails.
The Nike Boost?
No.
Or no.
The Air Yeezys, dude. If I had a pair of Red Octobers, heck no. Like,
Have you ever
Hey,
really?
but wouldn't they be so expensive? Would you even wear them?
Yes,
Yeah.
I would. I'd hardcore wear them. Like I wouldn't beat them, of course, because I mean that's another reason I have a lot of pairs of shoes because I can rotate through them. None of them get beat up.
Yeah.
But would you really sell like? Because I remember you were telling me you were trying to get those Travis Scotts to resell them.
Okay.
Would you really resell a pair that you just get one
See,
pair of
this is
your size?
This is the thing. If I'm going to resell a shoe, I'm not getting it my size because once I get a shoe in, I
That's the
cannot
key.
let go of it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
When
gonna
you were
fall
gonna
in
get
love
those
with it.
Travis Scotts.
I would
size 14.
because then that was going to go to some Waterspoons.
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's what you're trying. That's what you do.
What's the most comfortable shoe that you've ever worn?
It's between the Yeezy 350s that I have or the just the Ultra Boost, laceless Ultra Boost.
Yeah, because retros are not comfortable.
no,
Jordan 1s are probably the most comfortable out of all the retros.
And I hate them.
they're flat,
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Um,
Converse.
but-
they're
but like
Hey, man,
fours,
they're
they're
cool,
not
but they're-
comfortable either.
Gotta have some
Um,
pain to look good.
Retros are more like looks over like comfort.
Well, see, and I wonder if that was the same way when Jordan wore them. Because he
Um,
used them for performance.
Shoe technology was different back then.
It was, right?
Yeah, it's that's why you don't see a lot of people playing them now.
I was
other
also-
than
I was
people like
watching
AJ
this
Tucker,
video.
The Flex.
I was towing the other guys' podcast for you guys.
Hey, thanks,
For a
man.
negative comment.
Hey, are those the McGregor? The McGregors?
Oh yeah, I was watching this thing that video where it was comparing the the Kyrie Irvings, the game played Kyrie Irvings and the ones that they just sell, at your normal finish line, and apparently they're made a lot different.
Yeah, well, the technology that goes into actual basketball players' shoes is crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like to reproduce that into a consumer product would be really hard.
Right. Well, because not everyone that buys them is a professional athlete. That plays
Exactly.
basketball.
Not everybody needs that same cushion.
Exactly.
Nobody's pushing them to the limits they are.
All right, back to your 5 shoes of all time.
Can we just drop that?
No.
Just drop it. You
No,
can't
we
do
need-
it. He's
I can't do
mentally
it. No,
weak.
I can't do it. Like
He's
you-
mentally weak. You
we-
cannot
if you
pick
would
5.
have let me
We
time,
need
if you
2
would-
more.
If
We
you would
need
have
2
given me
more.
time to make
I
up a
told
list
you.
beforehand.
We need 2 more.
Hey, don't yell at our
Okay,
guests.
just give him time at the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
let me
give
do the
it
podcast.
over the
And
podcast.
just-
give
Over
him
the
time, man.
podcast. All right, let's change subjects now.
Okay.
Let's move on. So
Thank
another
you.
thing I'd like to say most of us are passionate about, but you're more
In a good way.
In a good way, of course. You're more into it, I'll just get into it. So that's about the beer, right? Beer is one of those things that we all enjoy. Currently having one. It's called Red Stripe. It's a Jamaican beer. I don't know if you guys heard of it before.
Beer tasting.
Beer tasting. Sure, yeah, beer tasting.
Yeah, beer tasting.
Beer
I'd give it
tasting
that.
good. So just to give you guys a little bit history lesson real quick of beer. Archaeologists have dated the practice of beer brewing as far back as 3500 to 3100 BCE.
Nobody cares.
To
Tony.
Iran.
Let's talk about breweries now.
Archaeologists.
I
beer.
care.
Okay, talk
I
about
wanna
a brewery
know.
now.
You talk about a brewery now. If you're gonna talk about breweries,
Actually,
I'm saying what I'm
Lucky
saying.
Bucket's a pretty good
all
brewery.
right, go ahead.
Keep
If
going,
you're
man.
gonna interrupt,
I wanna
say something right.
I wanna learn too.
Say something
Okay, go.
that,
Yeah, go ahead.
that's worth it. So your top 5 beers. Now we talk about beers now.
Just immediately give me another
Go
top five.
straight. Go straight to.
What was the first beer you ever tried? Do you remember?
Bud
Oh,
Light.
that's a
Bud
good
Light.
question, dude.
Yeah, it was a Bud Light. It
I
wasn't.
think Bud
oh
Light
my
was it
God.
for all of us.
It wasn't. It
Actually-
was, I regret it. I don't like Bud Light.
Nah, for me, I think it was Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Yeah, that's my dad's
Light?
drink.
Coors Light's good.
It's good. Yeah.
Tony, what was your first beer then?
What was it
Bud
again?
Light?
Dude.
It was Miller Lite.
Did any of you guys ever ask? I mean, when you were underage, ever ask your dad, to give you a sip?
Mm-hmm. All the time.
My dad let
He
me
would
try.
give me some.
My dad would never let me
Really?
try.
Huh.
My dad gave me a sip at Tecate once, and I thought it was the worst thing ever. Like, I just remember tasting skunk.
Yeah, it did taste
Mhm.
nasty.
And then I drink Tecate now all the time.
My dad wouldn't let me. It was my mom. She would always let me try it, but I didn't like it. What was Bud Light, but I still don't like Bud Light. But
Yeah,
I always thought beer was gross. Even when I first turned 21, I didn't really like beer.
my mom has never drink, but my dad,
Mm-hmm.
like back when I was a teenager, like he was drinking every day, but he would always say no to me.
Really? What are you saying? Until you turn 21?
No,
Not even the 18?
Not even 21. Dude. Like he didn't.
Oh, he didn't approve you
He
drinking.
didn't want me to drink.
I can see that.
My dad always.
He failed.
Well, see, my. One of the first times I actually had a beer with my dad was when I was right before I moved out. I was 18 at the time, but we're
Oh.
just
Way to
And you had the man-to-man talk.
yeah. I mean, we're just
way to throw him under the bus.
It was right.
I hope the feds aren't listening.
He's a legal guardian. It's fine.
Oh, true,
I
true.
was living under his roof at the time, but it was right before I moved out.
I don't know if we can
I
post this
remember
anymore.
it was. I just remember my dad he gave me a beer and we went and watched a soccer game. I think we were watching Chivas at the time. It was like a coming of age thing.
What?
No, I'm talking about...
But it's crazy,
Oh,
man.
no, you're fine.
In Mexico,
I know.
you can go to the liquor store, be a 6-7-year-old, and they will sell you
Oh,
beer.
yeah, they don't
Well, yeah, I mean, my dad would talk about his dad sending him to go on runs for beer.
Hmm. They don't care. They don't. Of course, they won't ID you.
There used to be back in my parents' town, there was a festival they'd have where some of the prizes would be beer. So you'd go around and you'd see all these kids walking around with beer bottles because they won them in a game.
Wait, beer as prizes?
Yeah,
Wow.
like top prizes.
So,
Go to that one button. Go to that one button, dude. Okay, anyway, Dead Space.
How about you turn the sound off? Because I know they're going to score a
Already-
bunch of goals on you, and I'm going to get tired of it.
Dead Space. Somebody say something.
no, I just wanted to talk about... I'm not going to ask for your top 5, but
Thank you.
just more about... Because we know beer is...
Let's
just,
make it easy. Like
No.
he's still thinking about the shoes, man.
I really am not.
What's the one beer that you have tried and you didn't like at all?
That I didn't like at all. That was there was one just recently
It
actually.
takes just as much thinking.
Just recently. Just recently, me and Tony went to a brewery,
Oh, yeah.
and I got one that was something coffee of the apocalypse. And dude, I
It
thought
like a solid
I-
20
it
minutes.
sounds like
to
that.
finish
okay,
it.
I thought it sounded cool on the menu, and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Like I like the other beers I tried, so I got that one, and it literally tasted like I took these strongest coffee beans and just stuck them in my mouth and chewed on them for forever long. It was, oh my god, it was tough.
Mm-hmm.
It took forever to finish a small pint glass.
That sounds nasty.
It was bad.
I don't think the taste was really bad. It was more like...
It just hit you up front with
Yeah.
the flavor of the coffee, and it was just too much.
Yeah, if you like black coffee, I think you can deal with that.
Yeah.
So maybe you like it, Eli.
Mm-mm.
You don't like black coffee?
Well, yeah, but
Well, it tastes just like that.
I can't like.
It tastes like coffee.
I like my
grounds.
coffee hot, not cold.
Oh.
Is there such thing as? Have you ever had black iced coffee?
I have, but
I
it's
don't
just
like
not
it.
the same. Like when I think of beer, I think of something
Refreshing.
different than coffee.
What's your go-to beer? Like when you go to a restaurant,
If I go to a restaurant and there's tap, my go-to is Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon with an orange, like
Choice.
I don't hardly anything beats it.
I think that's my go-to. as well.
If I'm buying something and I don't know what I want, I usually get Coors Banquet,
Fancy.
just a solid.
Is that
normal
the
choice.
the champagne of beers?
No, that's Miller High
Oh,
Life.
Miller. Miller High Life.
Close.
Have
but
you ever
no
had
cigar.
champagne?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It's not very good.
It tastes like wine, and wine to me tastes like wet rag.
Well, it is.
What's like sparkling
It is
wine, no?
sparkling wine.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
that's what I mean.
Sparkling. Yeah.
I don't like wine.
So different kind. There's like what is there like? There's a lot of different kinds of beers like pale ale,
Well, yeah, there's stouts,
stouts, porters.
Can you
pale
explain?
ales, lagers,
the difference in all of them?
pilsners. Not really. No. It has to do with brewing techniques, and I'm not that
Mhm.
up to date with it. I just know them by
Well,
taste.
I was gonna give you guys some information on brewing techniques, but screw y'all.
Okay.
Is it more information about archaeologist stuff?
Yes, because they're the ones that discovered those kind of different brewing techniques. But
I feel
I
like
will not.
other
I
people
will
found
not
them
say
first.
anything.
You know,
What about
Well-
you, Tony? Favorite beer?
Or your go-to? Because favorite beer is kind of hard.
yeah, I'd
Like
agree
when you
with
go to
that.
a restaurant. What's your-
I don't really
what's
have a
your-
go-to.
there might be
You-
one that you have never tried and will
Th-
become your
that's
favorite.
what I like to
so-
do. When I go to restaurants, I like to try different things that I've never tried before. But if I have to get something,
Your go-to beer then.
No, but like a
Go
place
to
where they don't
beer.
have a wide selection. Like they have your typical, like your top 10
typical.
most popular
Well,
beers.
again, it just depends where you
Okay,
go.
say you go to Applebee's.
Applebee's beer. To be honest, I recently was getting a Modelo with side of limes, draft Modelo. So I would always
Dra-
get Coors just because it was normal, easy, just
Mhm.
Coors. But then I saw that they had Modelo on tap, and that with some limes.
Draft
fire.
beer tastes a lot better than normal beer.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It does.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like Blue Moon, I can't really drink it in bottle.
Out of a bottle, no.
I don't
Get
like
that
it.
away from me. I can't drink bottled Blue Moon, but out of draft,
It's really good.
any day of the week.
Mm.
That or some Sam Adams.
Sam Adams, yeah.
But you, Ociel?
My favorite beer? My favorite beer is probably Blue Moon.
Go-to.
That's my go-to for sure. Usually at a restaurant.
It's
But
just an easy drinking wheat beer.
recently, I've been starting to get into like tart sour beers.
Sour.
Like the-
I can't do sours.
Like what was that one? The Sam Adams, the Cosmic Sour one.
Oh, the Cosmic Sour is good.
That one's
though.
really good. I really
Yeah.
liked it.
Right now
But
we're
I don't know if I could pick one favorite beer. Like it's kind of
like
hard.
especially because like I like a lot of beer. Like right now, the first one I've ever tried from Horny Goat Brewing. It's chocolate peanut butter porter, and it's actually really good. It tastes like Reese's Puffs.
Oh, that's what we're drinking right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But like it's stuff like that where it's like this might be the only time I try it, but I
Right.
really like it.
Right. Yeah. Especially because it's not so common. Like
Yeah, especially where we
you
live.
can never go to a restaurant and ask for a Horny Goat beer.
I'd hope
Well, that's a
not.
brewing company. But
Oh well. Do you have any Horny Goat products? I don't know.
They'll
they
think of
have
something
it
else.
over the counter at Walmart.
Horny goat weed.
Weed, yeah, horny goat weed. They do.
It's-
Over the counter.
They do.
What do you
Yeah.
mean over the counter?
Over the counter just means you can buy it.
Yeah,
Mm.
Oh.
Like without a
your
prescription.
natural opioid.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that phrase with
Really?
in
Never?
relation
For
to beer.
No, no, no,
Oh.
no. No, that's
it's
a
a brewing
medication.
company.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a medication. Yeah, no.
it's like over the counter beer.
Is it all beer over the counter?
Well,
Hey.
yeah, technically.
Do you remember Dragon's Milk?
Dragon's Milk is really good.
It's like 13% or
I
something.
used to when
Asylum.
I remember the first
Oh,
time
yeah.
I tried that one. Oh my god, I couldn't finish the bottle. But like,
It's-
I had one recently, and it's not that bad.
Mm.
It's
Is
just
that
really
which one's
dark.
stronger? That one or Asylum?
I think they're about the same. They're both
11
point.
11
Yeah.
point. I had a
Asylum's
4-pack of
crazy.
Asylum for the longest time in my fridge. What about Eli? What about you, man?
Well, let me guess.
You guys know.
I know
what's
your-
my
your
go-to
go-to.
beer.
You better not say
Budweiser.
it.
Budweiser.
Yeah, that's my go-to
But if
beer.
you're feeling
Nasty.
if you're feeling crazy, what you thinking?
Bud Light.
Nah, I really stick to Budweiser. I like it, but like Mexicana, Pacifico.
Pacifico's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
I'd give you Pacifico over Corona, I think.
Yeah.
Nah.
Totally.
Corona's way better, man.
No,
With the
no,
lime.
no.
I don't like Corona
Rona
that much.
season.
Well,
bro.
cada quien, but yeah, Pacifico is really good.
What's your favorite Mexican beer?
My favorite Mexican beer would be Tecate in can, not bottle.
Hey.
In can.
It's good.
It's cheap too.
Tony, favorite Mexican beer?
Corona. Yeah.
I think mine is probably Modelo or... I recently started getting into Tecate because of you, I think, and I really like Tecate. And it's a little cheaper than Modelo, too.
You can get a 24-pack
Yeah.
for $17.
Yeah, so...
It's got that stuff
I think
to a
Modelo,
T.
just because Tecate you can't really get, like, on tap. And
Yeah, that's
can't
that's
get it,
the
like,
thing
at
with
restaurants.
Like, if I go
Unless
to a
it's a
restaurant
Mexican
and I'm gonna
restaurant.
get a Mexican beer, it's probably gonna be Modelo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Modelo.
Not your favorite Mexican? Or Pacific?
For me, it's actually really hard to pick a favorite one because there are a bunch of good ones. Pacifico, Modelo, Sol,
You know-
Indio,
Oh, the Soul's good, too.
Victoria.
Victoria,
Do you guys remember
Carta
the
Blanca?
one with the
Carta Blanca, the
with
classic
the skull?
Yeah.
You remember?
Caguama.
Oh,
La
Oculto.
Caguama.
Oculto.
Oculto was
Bro,
actually
that was
And
fire.
tequila barrels.
It was bottled by Anheuser-Busch in 2016, and it was discontinued the same year.
Ah, dude, that one was
Sad
really
day
good.
because I
dude.
remember really liking that one.
It
too.
was good.
Oculto was
Yeah.
good.
It had way different taste.
I like their bottle too.
Yeah,
the neck
the bottle was
had
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
kind of like
It
a
had
barrel.
the sugar skull on it.
Oh yeah.
Did
That
you
was
see
pretty
that? I think it's Dos Equis has like a blue packaging one now.
I know Dos Equis has a couple of them. Like they have this one, they have the amber.
I
and
think
they
it's
have
like a
another
more
one,
citric one.
But I haven't tried it. I like Dos Equis amber though.
Mm.
It's pretty
I
much
don't really like.
It's
Do you like Modelo?
Negra. Modelo Negra? Oh, I love.
Yeah,
Modelo
La
Negra.
Negra, ya está bueno.
I take Modelo Negra over Modelo.
Really?
Yeah, easily. A beer that you guys
Oh,
can't stand?
That Budweiser, that Red Label, or
Bud Light.
which one's the one that you got? The
Oh,
Budweiser.
Heineken.
That was the.
That was
the-
a good Budweiser. You should have tried that one.
The it was something reserve.
Yeah.
It was to
The
commemorate the Apollo missions.
yeah.
Something with Jim Beam.
It was like
no?
Jim Beam.
Oh no
Jim
no!
Beam.
Oh, you guys are talking about a different one.
Yeah, the Jim Beam
The
one.
Budweiser. It was barrel aged something, but it had Jim. It was with Jim Beam.
Mhm. That one was really
The one
good.
I was thinking of was I think it was American Reserve. That was really good. It was a red ale. Let me look it up.
Okay.
What's the one beer that you guys can stand? Like, won't even finish the bottle.
Natty Light.
Bud Light Lime.
For me, it's Heineken. I don't like
You don't
it.
like Heineken?
Michelob Ultra.
Bro.
Mm-mm.
Let me
It's-
see.
It's nasty, man.
Bud Light just itself, it's gross. Bud Light Platinum, pretty good.
Bud Light
Bud
Pla-
Light Lime,
Bud Light Platinum I can do.
great.
What's the difference in platinum? What's it supposed to
Well,
be?
it's, first of all,
it's
it's
a
a higher
different-
percentage.
yeah.
That's one thing.
So is that why you like it?
Well, no, it does have. Well,
Oh, it was Discovery Reserve.
Oh
It
yeah.
wasn't the Apollo missions. I think it was the Discovery
What
mission.
was that beer that I...
no, but it does have a better taste.
I have a hard time with Budweiser
Budweiser.
and Bud Light. I think they're pretty similar.
I think Budweiser's good for like
Equally nasty.
Oh,
for carne asada
The Apollo.
That's the only
11
thing it's
missions.
good for.
to put in the meat. I think Budweiser's good for that because it has a
Mhm.
really strong beer taste, so it infuses into the meat pretty well. Oh. This one really tastes like
It
coconut.
was, okay, so the. Oh yeah, it's Budweiser Reserve Black Lager is what it is. That's the one they do with Jim Beam. It's little black bottles. Like that.
Yeah, that's a nice bottle.
That was pretty good.
Do you still sell them?
I've seen them at the one right here,
Starlight?
Santa Fe.
Oh. You get some more of those.
But yeah, I mean, I've gotten into a couple beers that nobody really likes. Just like
Mhm.
I've tried to get everybody into IPAs.
Which I've recently been fond of them, to be honest.
I've
with you.
told them to see the light and they never see it.
Well, and if you want to go, to a restaurant and waste less money instead of Instead of buying 2 beers, you could just get 1 IPA and you'll be fine.
He's going for bang for the buck.
Exactly.
Oh, IPAs.
You get the best bang for your buck.
IPAs are great.
Because higher percentage.
They're usually around at least 8 point.
Yeah.
Around there.
7, 8. Yeah. Up to 11. I've seen.
Were you looking up a beer?
Did you find it?
Yeah. No, I was thinking of a beer that I had that I discovered about 2 years ago, and it got discontinued that year.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, for some reason, I think that Oscar de la Hoya was related to that beer. Like he had something with it. I don't know if he was
Probably
his
like a partner
brand or something, but it was actually really good. I can't think of the name. It was something of Royal or something like that. A blue cap, a blue logo.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the name, but that was actually really good.
Mm.
I was
But
trying to look
it's
it up on
discontinued?
Google, but it is discontinued, and I can't find it on Google. I can't think of the name, but that was actually a pretty good beer, Mexican beer.
Wow.
Have you guys ever had a caguama?
What is that?
Many.
Caguama's the big.
Carta Blanca.
Yeah, like the 40s, pretty much.
40s.
A little bit smaller. I think.
Could be 32.
Is it a
ounces.
growler?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, pretty much. It's a little smaller than a 40 ounce.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Caguama de Corona Familiar.
Ooh.
I take Corona Familiar over regular Corona too.
It's been a while since I've had it, so I don't know.
Corona or Coronita? The small ones.
Corona?
Why would I get
Coronita is a
smaller
waste.
size? Yeah.
Well, I've met people that say they actually taste different. Man, I don't think so, but I don't find
It's probably the
find
same
any
people
difference
that
in
buy
it. But
beer without
a
alcohol.
lot of people actually say that the small ones are better than the regular Corona.
I wonder if that has to do with like amount of liquid that's in there, so it doesn't like. Because there's a whole science, like, kind of off topic, but like kind of what I'm meaning, where
Better not be
brown-
scientific.
no, where brown bottles are different than clear bottles, and how they oxidize with the light.
I don't
So I
find a
wonder
difference in it.
If that has to what the bottles or Coronita.
I don't know. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think I don't like beers in brown bottles.
It has to
I
do
don't.
with oxidation with the light, like
Modelo, clear.
light pollution.
Corona, clear. Ultra, clear. That's it.
I know.
That's all I drink in bottle.
This is a
Hey, Bud Light is nasty.
This is a deeper issue than beer.
Yeah.
Let's delve into that.
Well, honestly,
You guys' thoughts on micheladas?
I hate clamato.
I can't do
I don't
clamato.
like-
I don't.
I like michelada.
I don't like micheladas.
I don't like clamato, and I don't like tomato juice. But I don't think I've had a good enough michelada.
well,
A lot of
I don't
people
like it
like
either,
them.
but-
They're so popular, but I do not. I can't stand them.
Mm-mm. And have you tried the mango ones though? Like different flavored ones, like tamarindo, mango. They don't have clamato. It's because I think your normal micheladas, the base is clamato, but these other ones have like different flavor. Oh man, they were fire! I remember when I went to Mexico, I had a few of those and pretty
They
good. The flavored ones.
That's the thing, though, that they might be good, but since it's a michelada, I won't try it.
Just because the name of michelada.
Yeah, the name, and because I think that they will have tomato in it, tomato juice, and I don't like tomatoes
Yeah,
with beer.
I can't do tomato juice at all.
Nah, that's not good.
I do not like them.
Well, that was a good one. Talked about our beers, favorite beers, dislikes of beers, everything. Let's move on to another topic that we talked about with about Dorian. Top 5 video games. Just like,
Damn,
No,
that's gotta
man.
be hard.
video games. I know you're into that kind of stuff. Which
Before we get to video games, let's do consoles.
consoles?
Top
Again?
5.
We did that already.
Top 5. No, we haven't.
We're
Hey,
good.
people don't know about it.
That's true. But
PlayStation game.
we already know he likes PlayStation. There.
yeah. Let me just answer.
PlayStation
PlayStation,
Actually,
he thinks
last time-
PlayStation 2 is
Wait,
better.
no,
better than PlayStation 3.
Wait. Is there even 5 consoles? Like,
What are you talking about? Well,
Are you
what
serious?
are you
Come
talking
on.
about?
No.
What
Like,
do you mean? What do you mean?
There's like 5 PlayStations.
No. I think he means
like,
in a generation.
Yes, that's what I mean.
In the
But
generation.
right now, there's
okay.
either Xbox
Well,
or
in a generation,
Hey.
like PS4 is a generation. There's
But-
PS4,
But it's a
Xbox
separate
One,
console.
Xbox One.
Don't you prefer PS2 over
It's
PS3?
a generation.
Yeah. I'm not
PS2?
talking about PlayStation
Yeah,
2.
he's
or
not, talking,
PS3?
he's not talking about overall.
Yeah.
He's just
No.
talking about generations.
Yes.
In the generation, there's
Because right now it's just
there's
Xbox, PlayStation. That's all it is.
Nintendo.
But
Come on
that's-
now.
Who really?
I play.
Who really? Are
Kind
you?
of idiot uses
I play a
Nintendo.
Switch.
Oh,
Whoa.
all the time.
Dude,
I
come
have
on.
a 3DS.
Hey,
I have a DS.
that's what I was gonna
had a
say.
2DS. I have a Super Nintendo.
And a 1DS.
He's got everything.
And even Nintendo D.
Nintendo's still there, especially with the Switch.
If I remember correctly, and this is a sneak peek of episode 1. On episode 1, he mentioned that his favorite console was Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo
Yes,
Switch.
sir. Did you
really say that?
I probably did.
He
Yeah.
did say that.
I was really
He did-
infatuated
he
with
said
this
that.
Nintendo Switch at the time. and
Hey,
I
it's a
still
good
love
one.
It.
It's a
It's
good one.
awesome.
Revolutionary.
The
You can take
portability
it.
is crazy.
Exactly.
It's everything you'd want in a console.
Over PS4
Plus-
and FIFA?
Okay, but look at this. You can get FIFA on there. I can take.
You
I
can.
really?
Yeah,
You
I can take FIFA wherever I go without
get
having
FIFA
to,
on the
without,
Wii.
without having to disconnect my PlayStation.
PSP Go was better. Just saying.
No,
the
PSP sucked.
PS Vita.
Oh, yeah, the
Vita.
Vita. My bad. The
R.I.P.
Vita.
PSP Go.
The PSP
Nobody
Go was terrible.
remembers it.
Hey,
I
it looked
remember
cool because it slid up and stuff.
Yeah.
I had one, but it was terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was
Vita was good.
Okay, now that
Sony
you,
would like to forget it.
now that you
Yes.
bring FIFA with
I will
and
not.
Humanity.
related
I
to
also
Switch,
have a Wii U.
how different are the graphics from the PS4 or other like Xbox to Switch on like if you're playing
Okay,
FIFA?
it's getting better, but the Switch is still lacking.
Yeah.
The Switch isn't as good as the PS4 or the Xbox One, but it's not that bad, depending on the game you're playing. Like, I can play Super Mario Odyssey, and it looks great. Like, the game's amazing. But if you go into something crazier, I think it goes down a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, without lagging.
Something that's really catching my attention though is that you can actually get retro games on the Switch, like Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
That's the main thing, though.
That's really gonna pull me in.
That's about all they have, though. Just the Nintendo, just the Super Nintendo and Nintendo. And even then, the games are limited. If you go to the Wii U, you actually have the back catalog of Wii games because it's compatible with most of them. Plus, it actually has some Nintendo DS games. It has Nintendo 64 games.
Really?
Yeah, it has everything. I actually have Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker for the GameCube. I have it on my... It's really crazy.
Jealousy, like.
But I didn't know.
Hey, you know what? Let's just cut right now and
They
play.
haven't brought back Legacy.
Okay, guys, we'll see
We're
you.
gonna play Smash
We'll see you
Bros.
next
real
week.
quick.
See you next week. We're gonna
Some Mario Kart. We'll be right back.
You know, in the beginning, I was trying to reference that. Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
Dorian likes to smash.
I love to smash.
Well,
I love to play Smash Bros. Like it's my hobby. Dang.
No hate.
Luigi Main. Come on. Get at me.
Smash Bros. Is that what you've been playing recently? More?
I've been on and off between them. I mean, I think I have like 90 games for my PS4.
dang it! I was just about to. Okay, in total,
In total, like throughout all my consoles.
how many consoles do you have?
Well, I have
name him. Yeah.
I have a DS.
Top 5.
he honestly,
Okay.
I'm sure he has 5 at least.
Just give him. Hey,
I know.
Hey, we'll make it easier. Top 10.
Tony, just give him time, man.
I just played.
Okay.
He's
So
still thinking about the shoes.
I really am not though. Okay, so I have
Just name all the consoles that you actually own.
I have a DS. I have a 3DS. I had a 2DS. I gave it away. I have a Super Nintendo. I have a Wii U. I have a PS2. It doesn't read discs though. I have a PS4. I have a Nintendo Switch.
The Sega.
I have a mini Sega that I don't really play. It's really cool though.
What I want. Yeah.
I feel like I have more, but I can't think of them. I have a couple like little emulation machines that aren't crazy. But
Are you interested in a jailbroken PS3? I have one, by the way. That was my
It
first
can read
ever
Xbox
console.
games.
actually, I kind of do want a PS3.
Do you want it?
I want to play some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
I'll
I want?
I'll
Hey.
I'll sell it to you for
Hey, hold on.
A
Did
12
you say
pack, how about that?
PlayStation 3?
Yeah, I have two.
I'll buy it.
No.
Well, yeah.
No,
I have two.
Okay,
I have
sell
one
me
that's
one
good
for
and
sure.
one that's jailbroken.
Sell me one.
I
Where did you
wanna
get
play
these?
Tony
Just
Hawk's Pro
however, you
Skater.
can't play online with the jailbroken.
I
one.
won't play online.
because
Dude, it's
You'll get caught.
It's
yeah,
a, it's
no, they
it's a
blocked it.
PS3. I don't think anyone's playing online anymore.
Well, and that's why I bought it. 'cause
Okay, sell me the
it's due
clean
for-
version. And
clean
give
version?
him the jailbroken one.
Some the legal version.
Legal. Okay, I have. Okay. Wow.
I'll buy you a 12 pack.
Dorian, do you think...
You know what? Price went up. 24 pack.
It's in high demand.
What's up?
Do you think Nintendo will release a Nintendo 64 in the mini classic version?
No.
You don't think so?
And no.
Are you
I
hoping they
think,
do?
I hope they do. That would be really cool. But I think something like a Nintendo 64 would be a little more difficult.
Yeah.
And Nintendo doesn't like doing what people want them to.
Yeah, I was really hoping they would release one, man, because I
know,
own,
like-
I own the first two, and I haven't opened them yet because I collect them. So I was really hoping that they would.
A mini Nintendo 64 would be perfect. Like,
Yeah.
everybody loves those games. Same with like imagine a mini GameCube.
Oh,
That'd
Oh,
be
the
dope.
GameCube was pretty cool.
yeah.
It was already kind of small though,
Well, yeah, but I mean, like smaller.
even smaller.
Like, I mean, it can be done because I mean, I can play GameCube games on my phone.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not the same.
But that's why I mean, I have a GameCube control here that I can connect to my phone. So it's.
Did you ever have a Wii?
Somewhat pretty close. I never did.
Too much movement
Wii
for
was
you?
actually.
Too much movement
Yes,
for you?
too much exercise. Actually,
You had some cool
What's he gonna
games.
show us? What's he gonna show? Oh, a Wii controller.
for the Wii U.
Is that to box?
Huh?
That's all I knew it was for. To box.
No,
when
I
you had
have
both
it.
of
I
them.
have it to play Super Mario Galaxy, a game that I always really wanted to play, and then it made me feel old when I realized it came out when I was 9.
Wow.
Wait, the Wii?
The
No,
the Wii,
Super
the
Mario.
Wii is 14 years old.
The Wii is old. Yeah.
The Wii came out in 2006.
So what's the difference in the Wii U and the Switch?
The Wii U was like the idea behind the Switch. It was the original. They just didn't market it very well. Everybody
Switch-
thought it was an addition to the original Wii. But
Yeah.
it was its own console.
Oh, okay.
Because if you look at it, it's actually over there. There's a gamepad with a screen on it, but you can't take the screen anywhere. You can only play it in your house. And even then, like,
Oh.
my house is small, right? Like, my apartment's small. I can't even go to my bed without it cutting out from my living room.
Oh.
That bad?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But, I mean, there's still some good games
So
out
why
for
did you get a Wii U if you have a Switch?
No way.
Because
Can you keep it down, loser?
Okay, the original... Bless is losing to FIFA right now. He's pretty bad. He always loses. We beat him all the time. You know how many
silent-
times I've skunked to
Oh.
Bless?
Too many to count.
No, but the reason I bought a Wii U was because I was trying to hold out buying a Switch.
Oh,
And
okay.
I really
So you
wanted
got
to
the-
play-
Oh, okay. I thought you got the U after
So
the Switch.
no, I bought the Wii U for $60 on the Facebook Market, and the next week I went and bought a Switch.
Wow. So
It's kind of
do you plan on getting the
I waste
PS5 as
Yes.
of now?
of course,
Sometime like
because I mean they haven't announced
What's this
anything.
year?
They haven't announced anything
mid to
official.
late 2020. It said.
But I mean, I got to keep going up with the times, man.
Yeah, I don't really pay my PS4, but you gotta have the PS5.
I play my PS4 all the time. I never leave my house. It wasn't a joke. I really don't. This is a cry for help. Somebody please help me. I don't leave my house. I just play games all day. As soon as I leave work, all I do is count and play games. It's pretty bad. Somebody save me. It's not a joke. If you guys are laughing right now, feel
PS5.
bad.
No.
Have you heard of anything like crazy updates with the PS5?
It's supposed to have a solid state drive. I don't
For
fully
sure,
know
it's
what that
4K.
means.
No.
Well, it's 4K. It's
Oh.
actually 8K upscale.
What
Yeah.
the?
Oh,
There's
dang.
8K?
Yeah.
There's 8K.
They sell 8K
There's
TVs.
they do, but not very much.
We
which is
already,
part of the-
we
which
already
is
have
part of the
4K
argument
with
for it.
with the PS4 Pro.
Well, yeah,
That's-
4K.
That's
you're
part of the,
doubling it.
that's part of the argument with 8K though. It's
Is
just
it ever
like,
gonna stop?
It's never true 8K. It's just
Eventually,
upscaling.
we'll be at
4K.
64K.
Supposedly, there's a limit to what we can see, but I mean that's what people say. No, but there's a bunch of like internal stuff that I'm not that keen on because I don't know that much about like the technological side about it. But I just know it's stronger. It's gonna be faster, like loading times and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, it's going to be you're going to be able to play PS4 games on it, but they say that with every console,
Mm-hmm.
and then they do it for one line, and then the next update they take it off.
That's something
Like
that
the
I never
PS3.
get, man. Why?
Money.
Why don't they allow you to play like past versions on the
Money.
newer console? You know,
Money.
it sucks.
They don't want people. They don't want people buying playing the games they have on another console. They want you to buy the other console too, so you can give them money.
I bet it's so easy to do, man, but they don't do it.
Well, that's why the Wii U is fully compatible with the Wii. Like the 3DS is fully compatible with the regular DS.
The other way around, no?
No.
You can play 3DS games on the
No,
DS?
I said the 3DS is backwards compatible with the DS.
Oh, back. Okay.
Yeah.
My apologies.
But like Sony with the PS3, actually, one of the original like first versions of the PS2 that came out that were actually available for people to buy were backwards compatible with the PS2. But in firmware or like hardware upgrades, they kind of got rid of that. I feel like I've been talking this whole podcast.
That's good.
Well, you
That's
you
what
are
we
our
are
special
guests.
guest. I mean,
You are the guest, and we really use our guests here in the podcast.
we basically just make them do the work.
I see how it is.
Have you ever thought what would happen if all the big names in video games someday united?
They won't.
Oh, I thought.
That would be crazy though.
That would be super
I
crazy,
wonder what
man.
they could
Imagine
do.
what kind of video games they would give us.
Everybody has their own.
A Nintendo Station 360.
Actually, was it? I think
It would be super
It
cool.
was
though.
the PlayStation 1, I want to say, that Sony actually had a deal with Nintendo where they created something.
Oh yeah.
That I think it was a PS1. Let me look that up real quick. Because they originally had something. And there's actually prototypes out there, but I don't remember why they fell through. That they ended up creating the... see, there's the Nintendo PlayStation. But it fell through and Sony went and created their own PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because originally they were just creating like a hardware forum for Nintendo. For the disc drives and stuff.
Wow.
Wait,
It was crazy.
those two companies like
They had.
Yeah, they had a deal to create it, but it
I think
never,
Nintendo backed out.
Yeah,
no?
it never left prototype stage. Some
Yeah.
people still have them.
Imagine if they would have kept going with that.
I know.
How-
Everything would be different now.
Are you familiar with the Neo Geo console?
I know of it. I never played it.
Any games?
No,
I
just don't.
I did.
The
We're more
Neo, the
of
Neo
a-
Geo was more of like arcade ports. now.
Arcade, yeah.
Yeah.
We're more of a Super Nintendo on from there.
Era, kind of like
uh,
back in the day, yeah.
See, and we lost a lot of consoles to the cousins in Mexico, like most will.
I think all of us did.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
all of
Like,
us did. I lost the PS2.
If you're Hispanic, you most likely know
Yeah,
what I'm
okay.
talking about. But
Yeah.
I know before I was there,
Clothes, shoes.
my family had a Super Nintendo.
Si voy
but-
para México y no, pues les voy a llevar un juego porque ya no pueden.
My mom trying to give me.
Hey,
Al-
you know
al
what?
rato-
Turns out
Yeah, al rato te compro otro. Está bien.
Turns out it's easier to get games over there. It's cheaper. Like,
My
give us
mom-
a PlayStation ahí and
My mom
they'll-
was trying to give away
they'll
my
hack it.
Yeezys.
Allá ni los,
I'm serious.
allá ni
Bro,
los venden.
She was looking into my shoes to give to my uncles. I was like, nah, fam.
She was like, "Estos
And my
señores
basketball
feos."
shoes too.
But yeah, they used to have a Super Nintendo, but I never played it because we gave it away. And then we had Genesis. I remember my cousin Miguel. I think he either sold it or gave it to my brother Adrian. Where we had that, and we had like Sonic Spinball and some other games, and we had a Game Gear too, the portable one that used like 16 freaking batteries. And then
And lasted an hour.
for real. And then we gave that to cousins too. And then Adrian got a
I
paper.
hope you're
route.
listening, cousins.
Adrian
Shout out to you.
Adrian
Everything
got a
Dorian
paper,
did for you.
Adrian got a paper route, and then he bought a PS2. And then I mean that was pretty much it. That's all I played. When I was younger, I wasn't big into video games. Surprisingly,
Yeah, reverse. You're like
Yeah, I
Benjamin Button. You're living your childhood now.
Dude, I always tell myself I'm living a 16-year-old's dream.
You are, man.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
can see that.
I mean,
just collecting a bunch of pointless stuff.
Pokemon cards.
No,
Pokemon cards, Funko Pops.
If y'all are, if
have
you
a
guys
bunch
see
of
what I'm
video game
seeing, all these
consoles.
pop collection.
It's not.
Legit.
It's
Yeah,
not.
well, obviously
that
they don't
crazy.
see what
Okay.
we see, but
I said
To
that's
be-
why if they
oh,
do.
if
To
okay.
be
If they
fair,
do.
You
though,
wanna
I can
describe
actually.
it?
Let me pull this up real quick.
It's I could see Iron Man from here, a Stormtrooper.
2 stormtroopers,
It's 2 of them.
No, one of them's Captain
BoJack
Phasma. Come on,
Horseman.
dude, get it right.
whatever.
Spider-Man taking a
Never watched that
selfie.
shit.
Oh,
Superman.
Dragon Ball Z.
But okay, to be
Michael
fair,
Jordan.
to be fair though, most of these
Oh,
were
Summer Stitch.
okay. Look,
To be fair.
most of these were bought at like
A
at
doggo?
least around $10, right?
The pops.
Yeah, I have like 58.
Yeah, 58.
I have 58.
That doesn't look like 58.
Okay, but the
Yeah,
total of it, like okay, so $10 each. Say 500.
58 times 10,
yeah.
580.
where
$580.
do you get
My
that?
my value of it is $718.
Wow.
Wait, you keep track of these?
Yeah.
Is there's an app for this?
Do you buy him at Walmart or?
the BoJack Horseman one I have, I
Uh-huh.
bought it at like $8. It's worth $60.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually thinking of
Yeah.
getting into
Sell it,
that.
dude.
Yeah, it's no.
What, is that the most valuable one?
That's the most valuable one I have, but I have like there's one right here. I don't know if that one right there. I got it in a
Looks
box
What is it?
I got it in a box for $30 with 3 other things.
It's like a Chinese
Shirt
warrior.
and
And it's,
Dragon.
yeah, it was a keychain, pen, and another Funko Pop.
oh,
But that one is worth $23.
What is it?
So it paid for the box. It's Endeavor from My Hero Academia.
Oh.
I'm also into anime.
I'm
we don't want to talk
actually
about that.
I'm actually thinking into getting into collecting those.
Don't do it. It's a slippery slope.
No, but every time I go to Walmart, they just have sucking ones like this.
Yeah, no, our Walmart's terrible.
Yeah,
Our
it
Walmart's
is.
terrible.
You
Like,
have
100%.
some really cool
There's
ones.
nothing like a lot of them bought online.
Yeah, you have some really cool ones.
And you know where else they have Hot Wheels at? Dollar General. Have you gone there before?
I know all the stores.
No,
man.
oh,
he
sorry,
has. Of course
sorry.
he has.
Come on,
You're right,
dude.
you're right.
That's messed
Dude,
up.
when you
That's
collect
a-
something,
that's
you
a
go
fact.
everywhere.
Well, you hear me out. Walmart.
Have you gone to Ace?
Hold on.
trying to throw you off.
Walmart. Everyone goes there.
That
Dollar
Yeah.
General. Walgreens.
Mm-hmm.
They have a small section of Hot Wheels, but they do, man.
Actually, Walgreens has Pops too.
Oh, I didn't know.
They get exclusives all the time. I don't know about here. I've never gone here.
I need to go
What the
check.
Walgreens is lit.
You maybe
No, I
don't know this, but Dylan's
I do know
also
that.
has Hot Wheels.
That's where I used to buy my toys.
And I
did,
think that's
yeah.
it.
He wouldn't
That's-
get Hot Wheels. He would get the Kroger cars.
Yeah.
Oh, Dollar Tree
Dollar
has
Tree?
a super small section of Hot Wheels, but they do have some.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree?
Lukewarm
Dollar
wheels.
Tree, yeah.
Huh?
It's not Hot Wheels. It's lukewarm wheels.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah, they have like a super small section of Hot Wheels and
That's where Dorian goes to buy his shoes.
Matchbox.
Where do I go?
Second Street. Nah.
Hey, calmados.
Dang it. you gotta Take this out. All right, we're done. No, we're
Okay,
done. We're
last
done.
thing
Is that it?
Yeah, we're done.
No. Last
No,
thing
we
that we'd
are.
like to discuss,
This
man.
doesn't
like-
feel like a natural end to a conversation.
well, maybe.
Yeah, just stop.
Nothing's
Stop,
natural here.
please. Stop.
No.
Tony, you stop.
Before we end this, we just.
Hold on, guys. Eli has
Where are
it.
you going to give
No,
Sheila has a
I'm not
moment of
gonna give a
clarity.
speech, but we'd like to let
speech.
we would like to let our audience know that we have been as a committee. You know, we've been thinking about some like new things for the podcast. So we're thinking about creating an Instagram account.
Oh, yeah.
So
And I'm sure by this time it'll be up, so go follow it.
just
By the time you guys hear this.
be aware of
Forward
that.
thinking.
We'll have maybe we'll throw in a picture of the shoe collection that Dorian has. You know.
I might
can do
steal
that.
some and give them away.
Well, not give them away.
I'm gonna hit up
sell
Tony
them.
later. He's like, "Oh, I give those away,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like
It was a
100 sub giveaway."
The first one that comments on the account, you know, we'll get a free pair of shoes.
Just pick.
Size 14.
Nah.
Hey, I'm a size 14.
Hey, that or a
I'll
pop
win the giveaway.
or a pop figurine.
Tony's just gonna reply to it under.
And get my own. Heck yeah.
So I mean, you will decide between a free pair of shoes or a free console
Hey,
or a Funko. You know?
just give away all my stuff.
Nah,
Or a six pack of your favorite beer, courtesy of Dorian.
Okay, that one I can do. As long as you're 21.
But we are working on that. We're thinking on that.
Underage drinking.
We
What was
hope-
that?
Like we're working on that, so we hope that you guys support us on that. If you've made it this far, as always, give us a like. I mean, comment
Please subscribe.
on whatever you want to comment.
We
Tell us
need
if
it.
you want us to talk about a specific subject. We'll investigate. We'll talk about anything. Anything that you guys want, and subscribe if you haven't yet.
Except politics.
Share it
Maybe.
if you want to share it.
And
I
no
don't.
anime.
Or any kind of history.
I don't
'cause
see-
got it down. Hey, for any kind of history.
I don't see why you would want to share it.
You can talk about
you wanna
any
share it?
archaeologist, I guess.
And maybe next time I'll be back.
We'll
Again.
talk about the future. I'm sorry.
We'll
There's-
talk about any subject.
Screw the origin of things.
Exactly. We decide the origin.
No, we don't.
We write our own.
If you want us to talk about tamales, we will. I mean,
Ooh, heck yeah, dude! I have some opinions about that. I have some strong opinions on tamales.
We'll decide if we want to have you back on. Sorry.
tamales.
We'll see what we'll see how
We'll
this
see
video
how
does,
the
and we'll let you
Actually,
know.
analytics on this video.
Tamales are so underrated, dude.
All right.
I think they
Okay.
should be
All right.
above tacos.
No,
like, for
okay.
real.
Oh
dude.
my God. Okay, we're done.
Okay,
We're
okay.
done.
Hey, no,
We're done.
no.
In the words of
Dude.
Stephen A. Smith,
What-
blasphemy. This is
Dude,
blasphemy.
okay. With the versatility of tacos,
Okay.
like tamales don't count. Like tamales tacos can be anything. Tamales are like red pork, sweet.
Do you have a sweet taco?
Yeah, you can.
You can, but
You
you
just
don't.
okay, let's get some.
There is a sweet
What
taco.
are crepes?
Okay.
What are crepes? They're
Okay.
pretty much a sweet
You
taco.
said there's a sweet
Oh
taco.
my
Which one is
God,
it
we're
then?
going in a whole new thing.
No, hey, let's
Hey,
keep
have you
going.
ever had- hey,
I have strong opinions on
there is-
tamales. It's not
hey,
my
Taco
fault.
We want
Bell.
to have a 2-hour podcast. I'm all for it.
No. This will be our next topic for the next podcast.
Sure.
Food.
about
We
food.
can
Maybe.
do
Food.
food.
Maybe.
We're just
We'll
giving
see.
a preview to the audience.
Maybe the
But
next one.
you-
Maybe the
Ociel, you said
2 more after
you
this.
said that there is a sweet taco.
Yeah,
Which
Choco
one is
Taco.
it?
Yeah, that's true.
Choco
I
taco.
heard that. I heard that.
Hey, Taco Bell, Choco Taco.
They don't make them
Dude,
anymore.
it's a thing.
It's
Like, it
discontinued.
can be done.
It can still be
A
done.
churro taco?
Look,
But it's
Hey,
not the
see,
taco
that
we're
too?
thinking of.
Well,
We don't think
yeah, no.
as Mexicans, we
Okay.
don't think taco the ones that they sell at Taco Bell.
that's right.
Okay.
But
Hold
when
on.
somebody
Hey.
tells you tamal, you're thinking red chile. Like
Okay,
you're
okay.
thinking
No,
Okay, all of us are Mexican here.
sorry, man.
Okay,
Am I?
You go to a house, they have a taco and a tamal.
I'm American.
What are you gonna pick?
I'm gonna ask what's the
inside?
taco?
Well, it
and
depends.
what's
If it's
the
just
tamal?
one taco or one tamal,
One tamal because
or
it's
one
more
tamal,
fulfilling.
yeah, exactly.
Huh?
Okay,
La
you-
masa.
It's all strategic.
It depends who makes
Exactly.
it depends who makes the
Okay.
tamal because some people make them like straw.
yeah, okay. Let's make it easy. Your favorite taco and your favorite tamal.
Hey,
which
top
one?
five,
Which
top
one
five.
will you
Top five,
choose?
top five.
Yeah, before we end it, you still gotta give us your
I choose
top five
no.
on the,
Don't
on
do
the
this to me.
shoes.
I didn't think of it throughout the whole podcast. It's been an hour. Leave me alone.
Okay, 1 minute of silence. Think.
That's Dorian. This is your fault, Dorian.
This is my fault. I apologize. I profusely.
I'm just
sorry.
fine. You don't
I
have
don't-
to give it if you don't want to.
Well, I mean,
You guys,
the
you
thing
wouldn't
is, I
choose a
just,
taco over a
I just
tamal,
can't,
like, for real.
dude. Come on now.
You wouldn't.
I would. I choose a taco.
You're
Wait, hold
telling-
on.
you're telling me?
Okay, mira.
You're telling me.
Piénsate un taco de like fresh cut al pastor off the.
Okay,
Come
okay.
on now, with a little bit of piña.
And think of a tamal de rajas con queso, dude.
Oh.
I got you.
You got
man.
me there. That's,
Hey,
that's,
hey, okay,
that's
let me
one of
tell
my
you
favorite
this.
tamales.
Wait, why can't you have both? Think about it. Have you heard of a torta with a tamal inside? They sell them in Mexico.
That sounds
Why
like
can't
too
you do
much.
a taco?
That sounds like
That sounds
diabetes.
like-
Clogged arteries.
What? You're just gonna wrap the
I have-
tamal in a
A tamal
tortilla?
taco.
Hey, I have not only heard of it, I have ate it.
Oh, how is it?
Yeah.
How is it?
It's not
Have you had really?
una torta de tamal.
What's
It's
it
good.
like?
Oh.
It's good, but it's
It's a lot.
Why?
Well, especially.
But is it good? I've never tried it.
Well,
but
especially your
es una
favorite.
torta. That's not a tamal.
No,
no es un
but
tamal.
it's a torta de tamal. Like a torta has its
It's not bad, but no es un tamal. We're talking about tacos y tamales.
No, I know, but that's why I said, what if you mix the two together? Like,
Alright,
do
well,
with
you know
tortas
what?
and
That is not the question, though.
I,
Next
but
week-
I am saying that.
Next week.
I am saying that.
We'll
Okay,
continue
this
this.
this is a preview for next week. We'll talk about Mexican food.
Maybe.
It's
I
going down,
promise.
guys. It's going
Mexican
down.
and all types of food.
Not next
Italian,
week, just
American.
One of the podcasts coming up.
going
Not
down.
next
Okay,
week.
you may
Just
be-
one of the podcasts.
Okay, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah,
That's
blah,
gonna be a
blah.
subject for one of our
Exactly.
upcoming.
We'll bring it up. We're not gonna say it's the next one, but one of them. One of the next ones.
Okay,
coming up.
perdóname.
Somos estúpidos, yeah. We're idiots.
Y
Translation.
sí soy.
We're stupids.
All right, now let's
But
end it.
still, before we
Yo solo me digo.
end this, we still gotta hear Dorian's
No, we
list.
don't. We
Or
really
tomorrow,
don't.
the top
I don't.
5.
I don't know. Like I can't think of any more. Yeah, don't put me on the spot like this.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I really can't do it.
To make this more interesting,
You know what?
If you waited
No,
this
go
long
ahead, sorry.
for my top 5,
give us
list,
a
I
top 5
apologize.
list that will include
Top 5.
shoes, video games, and consoles.
All at once.
What does that even mean?
Un licuado de
Yeah.
a
Un
mix.
licuado?
A mix.
Okay, here's a better question.
What?
What would you live without?
What?
What
Okay.
would you rather live without? Video games or shoes? Ooh.
Okay, that's a good one.
Oh.
Would you want to walk barefoot in the streets?
Okay,
Shoes,
no.
man.
I think he means more of a hobby, not just shoes in general.
Oh. I didn't know.
Yeah, just- yeah.
Ooh.
Shit. What would you?
Me?
Yeah.
Shoes?
Say the shoes. I wouldn't.
I don't
Well,
collect
for-
shoes
for-
now.
For Dorian, it's hard.
Descalzo. I play video games all day.
I'll drop them both. I don't
I
care.
really
Just
had
pick
to think of
one.
this. Like, this is really hard.
No one's
Well,
gonna
it's
get
because,
mad
like,
at you.
I know, but I'm going to get mad at myself.
Oh.
I'm going to listen back to this and I'm going to be like, well, why did I say that? Well, I'd rather have the other one. Actually, yeah, I'd probably, it would hurt really bad, but I'd probably drop shoes.
Oh,
Just because, look.
Adrian, if you're listening to this, be ashamed.
Video games, like, encompass a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can even create my own shoes in NBA
I just got a message
2K.
from Adrian. He is disowning you.
Yeah, he's no longer your brother.
But like in video games, I get more entertainment out of. I just have more of a sentimental value towards my shoes.
So you prefer entertainment more than sentiment,
It costs a little
emotions.
less. It costs a little less. A little.
Okay, all right, no, that's good. Well, you don't need to tell us your top 5.
Eli, you want
I
to tell
know
us your
that's
top
hard.
5 shoes?
Top 5. The Nike Air Monarch.
Hey!
Shocks.
No.
The Shocks.
The only names that I
Crocs.
can think of.
Yeah, for the longest time you
Skechers.
told me those Skechers were
The-
really good. I remember you bought some Skechers. You told me it was really
For work.
Really
But
comfortable.
not for work.
Well, okay, well, so is
Yeah, but the only like names that I can think of: Nike Shocks, Adidas Bounce, I think
Bounce.
Bounce NZ, something Bounce, man. But
Oh, NMDs would be on
I
the
don't
top
really-
5 over decade.
I can remember the names of the shoes that
Ultra Boost.
I've owned.
Future Crafts, yeah. That's my top 5. Piece it
But-
together.
Really?
NMDs and Ultra Boost changed the game too.
Yeah, but they're more like everyday wear.
Now they are.
They've always been.
They weren't at the beginning. Dude, go back to. Okay, well, we can end it there. I'll have this conversation with Tony off podcast.
But
I'll bite him.
we appreciate having Dorian with us,
Yeah.
and we
At
thank.
the end, I wasn't too appreciative, but that's okay. No, he was good. He was good. Well, yeah, we'll just.
Thank you, Dorian, for being with us, for sharing with us your passions, and we
I
also
really have to fight Tony right now off podcast, just so you know.
We'll record it. Don't worry,
I'll have
guys.
you on the ground in 2 seconds.
It's for our Patreon content.
would like to thank our audience. We have some followers. We're growing up slowly, but we are getting some more followers. Stick with us.
Estos
we're-
para los compas que están allá en Dodge City. Para los
Saludos.
cuz.
No, hey, screw them.
Saludos.
we're thinking of just
Si
esos
quema,
esos
cuz.
tacuaches.
New ways.
Los tacuaches.
new ways of improving our podcast. Having gifts for our followers, maybe.
Not yet.
Well, not yet, but it's in
I
the
can
works.
I'll make
it's in-
I'll make promises for you guys since I'm not a regular here. They're gonna give away a diamond ring. Some
$100 for
Supreme.
everyone.
We're going to steal them from our moms.
They're gonna take their mom's credit card and buy some
a
stuff.
house.
Dorian's apartment.
In my apartment. I'll give one of you guys my car.
I'll give you guys a free month stay with Dorian.
I'll give you guys a podcast worn shirt.
If you guys subscribe,
We don't know if you'll eat at Dorian's, but you'll have beer for sure.
You'll have beer for sure.
this is
100%.
for reals. If you guys subscribe, send us your address y te mandamos una despensa para la semana.
Send us your address. Send me your credit card details. Send me your social security
2 kilos de
number.
tortillas para la semana. So.
Hey, man. Hey, if I was them, I would do it.
Hey, tortillas o masa para tamal.
Mazapan?
Oh. Tortilla, man, pues mejor.
Hey, wait. With the masa, you can make tortillas. No. All right, we're ending there.
Yeah, I thought.
Thank you guys
Yes,
for listening to us, sticking with us, and
I love you.
All right.
I love you.
see you next
See
time.
you guys.
Peace out.
Bye.